I am Vijila from Immanuel Arasar B.Ed College, second year B.Ed paper, Creating an Inclusive School. Now we are going to see about understanding the disability. First content is meaning and definition of disability. Disability is defined as any restriction or lack of ability to perform an activity in the manner or within the range considered normal for a human being. Disability is a condition or function judged to be significantly impaired relative to the usual standard of an individual or group. Then the next content is impairment. Impairment is the loss of an organ or the defect in structure and function of the organs of the person. This defect may be temporary or permanent. Then the next content is difference between disability and impairment. Disability, any restriction or lack of ability to perform an activity considered normal for a human being. Impairment, any loss or abnormality of psychological or physiological, anatomical structure or function. Then second point, disability. Disability results from impairment limiting the range and efficiency of one's functioning. Second point of impairment may be genetic, may occur in developmental stages or may be due to accident, diseases, etc. Then the third point of disability, the degree of disability could be reduced with the use of equipments and appliances. Then the third point of impairment, once impairment occurs, it cannot be completely rectified. These are the difference between impairment and disability. Then the next topic is characteristic of disability. First one, due to loss of abnormality of physical organs, disorder due to dysfunctioning of organs of the body even though they may have normal anatomical structure, impairment of organs of the body due to genetic disorders, developmental defect, accident or diseases due to the limitation of one's functioning arising from impairments due to the inability to undertake activities of daily life others. The degree of disability could be reduced with the use of appropriate equipments and appliances. The handicap arising out of disability could be greatly reduced by providing appropriate opportunities and facilities in the society. Without motivation and exercise, the degree of disability is likely to increase. These are the characteristics of disability. Then next content is causes of disability. Genetic disorders, severe malnutrition, diseases, adverse effect of drug consumed during pregnancy, artificial fertilization, problems during delivery, severe accident. These are the causes of disability. Then the next content is types of disability. Hearing impairment, speech impairment, visual impairment, physically challenged, physically disorders, mentally retarded, cerebral palsy and multiple disability. First one is hearing impairment. Definition of hearing impairment. Hearing is defined as the reception of the environmental sound, knowing the properties of the sound and by whom it has been made. Defect is listening and understanding the conversation is called listening disability. It affects the natural growth of the children and behavior. Especially, it affects hearing, speaking and understanding ability. Hearing impaired children face more difficulty in hearing, speaking and communication with others. These children has less speaking skills. Then, types of hearing disability. Hearing disability has three types. They are conductive loss happens in the external ears. Sensory neural hearing loss, it happens due to the defect in the nerves, ears, drums, bones in the internal ear. Mixed ability loss is a combination of conductive and sensory neural hearing loss. The defect occurs in internal and external ears. Audiometer is used to difficulty these types of defect. This type of measuring is called audiogram. The unit of sound is mentioned as decibel. Then the symptoms of hearing impairment: unable to turn towards the direction of the sound, delay in understanding, insist the teacher to repeat the thought unit, keen observation of the facial expression of teacher while teaching, very low level skills in listening and understanding, differences in voice, sound and pronunciation. Now responding while calling, seek others' help when teacher dictate in the class. Then the next topic is hearing devices for hearing impaired children. Can, calling bell, flute, drum, world map and globe, cartoons, color pictures, hearing aid, material, mirror, speech box, music dolls, audiometer, text to speech, audiobook, individual hearing and group hearing devices. Then the role of teachers in teaching the hearing impairment. The teachers should use more teaching learning material, especially more visual pictures are to be used. More training for speaking skills should be given, while teaching new lessons and real object must be used. More reading practice is given to the learners. Develop speech skill through conversation. Provide opportunities for visual experiences. Make use of mirror for speech practices. Poems are taught with rhythm and music. Train the student to read simple sentences. Then the next topic is speech impairment. Definition of speech impairment. A baby begins the language by uttering some sounds in an unclear manner. Then it starts to utter of small words, phrases, sentences and finally attain the skill of conservation. The sound, word and the sentence structure makes the speech skill effective. In order to develop the skill of listening becomes extremely essential. The speech skill is affected among the hearing impaired children. Then causes of speech impairment: insufficient brain growth, incomplete growth of inner ear organ, uncontrollable movements in the speech organs, multi-language speaking environment, shyness and fear, inability to understand language sounds, knowledge of a few vocabularies, delay in the growth of speech activity. Then symptoms of speech impairment: difficulty in speaking continuously, inordinate delay in speaking a word. People with speech impairment give unnecessary stress in the syllabi while speaking. They are always in the grip of fear and tension. Then the next topic is visual impairment. Eye diseases, accident and defect by birth are the causes for visual impairment. They have less visual ability. Some visual defect can be cured by treatment. Reasons for visual impairment: vitamin D deficiency, accident, hereditary disease, malnutrition, diabetes in childhood. Then instruments for visually impaired children: Braille slate and styles, Braille machine, abacus, Taylor frame, magnifier, reading book stand, Braille textbook, rattle ball, magnetic chess. These are the instruments for followed by the visually impaired children. Teachers' approaches to eliminate the visual defect. Then the topic is teachers' approaches to eliminate the visual defect. The children should be made to sit in the first row. Then light should not be directly focused on them while writing on the board. The teacher reads it. Constant listening to the recorded words and phrases. Clay models are used in teaching. Abacus and trailer frame instruments are used to teach mathematics. Then next topic is physically challenged. Definition of physically challenged children: human being possess many talents physically and mentally to live happily in this world. We live happily by using those talents, but among us so many people are affected for many reasons in their life. This causes handicap both mentally and physically. In English it is called mentally impaired and physically disabled. If any part of our body becomes inactivated, it is called physically challenged. Then common symptoms of physically challenged children: non-cooperation of body organ with its movement, pain in joint while moving, uncontrollable body movement, getting tired easily, delay in activities, inferiority complex, hands, legs and feet in folded condition. Then teachers' approaches to physically challenged children to strengthen the muscle exercise are given to make the student participate in games of their choice. Practice is given to write to correct shapes of letters. Provide facilities for inactive to teach the examination called. Provide scribe facilities during examination. Priority is given to these children in all educational activities to motivate them. Identifying individual talent, tapping their skills and motivating them to participate in co-curricular activities. These children must be involved in games depending upon their ability. Then psychological disorders. Then the next topic is psychological disorders. A psychological disorder, also known as the mental disorder, is a pattern of behavioral or psychological symptoms that impact multiple life areas and create distress for the person experiencing these symptoms. Neurodevelopmental disorders. Then the next topic is neurodevelopmental disorders. Neurodevelopmental disorders are those that are typically diagnosed during infancy, childhood or adolescence. These psychological disorders include intellectual disability, global developmental delay, communication disorder, autism spectrum disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Then the next topic is mentally retarded. Mentally retardation is a delay or slowness in a child mental development. The child learns things more slowly than other children in his age. He may be later at beginning to move, smile, show interest in things, use his can, sit, walk, speak and understand. Or he may develop some of these skills more quickly but be slower in others. Causes for mentally retarded: brain fever, genetically impaired, defect in nervous system and spinal cord, low supply of organs to brain during birth. Then the next topic is symptoms of mentally retarded. Delay in all growth and development, dependence in answering nature calls, difficulty in playing with their peer, inability to communicate personal needs, difficulty in understanding two or more orders at the same time, no progress in studies, inactive and excess loss of memory, not able to participate in all classroom activities, inability to sit in a same place for long time. These are the symptoms of mental retardedness. Then teachers' role of mentally retarded children. Important to develop like skill in the teaching learning activities for these children. With the guidance of a expert teachers, the teacher impart the skill to do their personal duties. Training is started after identifying success-oriented opportunities. After learning the numbers, the addition and subtraction should be taught. Retention of learned skill is possible by the repetition of teaching skill. Imperative statements are either limited to one or two. Teach the methods of routine activities or duties. Then next topic is cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy refers to a group of disorders that affect muscle movement and coordination. In many cases, vision, hearing and sensation are also affected. The word cerebral means having to do with the brain. The word palsy means weakness or problem with the body movement. Then symptoms of cerebral palsy. Delays in reading, motor skill, milestones such as rolling over, sitting up alone, crawling, delays in speech development and difficulty speaking, abnormal muscle tone, a lack of muscle coordination, difficulty in walking, favoring one side of the body such as reaching one with one hand. Neurological problem, intellectual disability and blindness. Then causes for cerebral palsy: a lack of oxygen to the brain during labor and delivery, severe jaundice in the infant, brain infection, bleeding into the brain. These are the causes for cerebral palsy. Then the next topic is multiple disabilities. A person who has a combination of two or more disability is considered to have multiple disabilities. The effect of multiple disability can be more than the combination of two individual disabilities. Then characteristic of multiple disabilities: two or more disabilities, additional disabilities. Communication is most significantly affected in children with multiple disabilities. Some children with multiple disabilities have difficulty in body movement. Most multi-disabled children also suffer from other medical conditions such as frequent eye and ear infection, respiratory disorders, muscular degeneration, and so on. These are the content given in the first unit. Second unit will be continued later. Thank you.